Welcome to the IPF World Championships live in Istanbul, Turkey. I am Ryan Sixpack Lapidat, and for this session, I am accompanied by Rory Lynch, worked as a coach on the national team, worked as an international ref. Friend of mine, might know him from the podcast. Sir, thank you for joining me in the booth today. And we are in for the 93 sub-junior and juniors. Looks like we might have some battles. Looking at a 9-lifter running order here. So the action will be relatively quick. And while I have a second, I'd also like to give a quick shout out to our sponsors, Alico, whom's equipment we've been using the entire World Championships and will continue to. It's all over the platform as well as in the warm-up room. Best equipment in the business. And SBD Beautiful Kits sponsored many of the national teams that you're going to see on the platform here today and every day throughout the World Championships. Kicking us off, Yaras from Turkey, 200 kilos even. We're going to float between the sub-juniors and juniors. I will let you know what division these lifters are in as they hit the platform, starting in the sub-juniors.
So this is the equipped session, but Ispilia is opening raw.
Yeah, you know what? We had a Turkish lifter, I think it was earlier today actually, do the entire session raw. And you never know, if the World Championships comes, maybe they filled up all the classic spots. You have a couple extra lifters, you don't have some equipped lifters, but you just want some Turkish lifters in there. So it is what it is, you fill them in. David Hornick of Czechia, 210 kilos, staying in the sub-juniors. And we've seen a bit of a mixed bag, Rory. Some people came out singlets with wraps. Some people came out, for the first bench raw, and then the other benches, after they got their bench in, the other benches, they put the shirt on just to solidify themselves in there, especially if you're a sub-junior, haven't done a lot of time in any of the suits.
So it is.
Bar is loaded for Diyarbek.
Diyarbek of Kazakhstan, 210 kilos, staying in the sub-juniors. Diyarbek sinks it deep.
That was a very fast opener.
Yeah.
Next one, Yambahut from Mongolia.
Batuks from Mongolia, 230 kilos, staying in the sub-junior 93s.
His squat PB is 215 kilograms, and he is opening today at 230. So I'd say it's safe to say that won't be his PB for very long.
Well, one would hope.
That's true. Maybe I shouldn't jinx it.
And for some sub-juniors, these are some big boys.
Good leg.
2 white lights and he's on the board. And you got to think attempt selection. It's a little more dicey when it comes to the equipped side. Have you ever done handling for the equipped side yet?
No, I haven't. So I have competed equipped only once, but I got somebody else to look after me on the day.
Yeah, always a lot easier, right? Chase Lawton of the U.S. staying in the sub-juniors, 272.5. We're now inching over 600 pounds. Some of these gentlemen weighed in rather light for 93s. Body weight could play a role.
Referee say good leg. 31.
Nicely done.
So that is all of the sub-juniors with at least one squat on the board, which is a really good start to the day.
Yeah, you don't always get that. We didn't in the last session. and Christian Filip Jakubek from Slovakia. 285 for a squat opener.
Oh, they don't like his headband. That's all right. Easy fix.
That is an easy fix. That's a long way up and down.
Oh, no.
And you're wondering if that was the headband.
Maybe it was the headband.
No, that's a little bit distressing, especially on a squat opener. See the replay here. That right side.
It's like he tips forward as he comes out of the hole and just like loses control of it.
Damian from Poland with a 315 squat opener. And I hate to say it, but we were fine until you said nobody's missed. And here we go. Well, don't let that rest on your shoulders, but you jinxed them.
Throw a little bit of salt over my shoulder to get rid of the demons.
There you go. Damian from Poland, 315. We're in the junior 93s. That's a smooth opener. What do you think, Rory?
That looked really good to me.
Good.
And the referees agree.
Next one, Ondrej Sik from Czech Republic.
Back on track.
25 kilos, followed by Moses Miller.
Representing Czechia, Sip will open up with 325 kilos. .20 years old, already a 4-year veteran, and his previous personal best is 325.5. Not entirely odd to see juniors opening up close to their personal bests. Obviously, the rate of adaptation is a lot quicker. Oh, that was pretty smooth.
So 2 red lights there from the referees. The center ref and one of the side refs thought that was high.
This is the angle of the ref that called it good, though, so what do you think on that?
It was borderline even from this side, which was the side that did get the white light. So it's all right. He's got 2 more opportunities to come back for that.
Representing Ecuador, Moises Villon, 340 for his opening squat. He's gone as high as 360.
For Villa.
That descent looked very challenging.
Don't know what he makes of it, but yeah, I noticed that it's hard to tell if Villon squats that way throughout. Like, if you didn't know Penna, for instance, you'd think he was near his end on his opener.
David Hornick.
Hits the depth. Interesting to see, but after the first round of squats, the junior 93s are 50% failure rate, whereas the sub-juniors are 100% on the board. A little bit of drama
Is loaded
in the
for
93s already. Isbiller of Turkey, 215 for his second attempt, 15 kilo jump.
So I did point out before that he was opening raw, and he hasn't put equipment on. It is not unusual to open maybe with sleeves on and then put wraps on afterwards just to make sure you get something on the board, but he hasn't done that, so it looks like he might be going through all of his squats completely raw.
Good thing.
White lights.
The next one, David Hornick from Czech Republic, 220 kilos, followed by Diyarbek.
Yeah, certainly a lot easier to hit depth.
Bar is loaded for David.
And David Hornick of Czechia, 220 kilos for his second attempt, 10 kilo jump from his opener. Hornick weighing in at 86.1 kilos, just a stitch over the 83s.
Good thing. Next after Diyarbek, Abdu Rashidov.
Yeah, depth looks pretty good there.
Kilos.
Abdu Rashidov of Kazakhstan, 220 kilos, 10 kilo jump from his opener.
He is the lightest lifter that we have in the session here today. He only weighed in at 84.8 kilograms.
Yeah, 3 of the lifters weighing under 90 kilo in the sub-juniors. Just growing into the weight class. Makes easy work of that, though.
Good thing. Next lifter, from Mongolia,
You know, it'd be interesting if the Turkish lifter can threaten to make it on the podium
132.5 kilos.
completely raw, while the other lifters are in equipment. Be quite the
Bar is
feat.
loaded for Erkem Jargal.
BM Batags of Mongolia, 442.5 kilos. $12.5 kilo jump.
Looking fairly comfortable with that.
Good thing. Next lifter, Christian Filip Jakubek from Slovakia.
Yeah, it's interesting. We've seen in the equip side for the juniors, Team Mongolia has been very well represented. Certain nations like Ukraine, you're used to seeing, Poland example, but Mongolia has a very
Bar
large
is
team.
loaded for Jakubek.
Jakubek, 285, representing Slovakia.
So Jakubek lost it forward on his first attempt, so this is a reattempt at his opening weight.
Good thing.
On the board now.
Lawton Chase from
That
the
was
United
much better.
States,
Much better.
287.5
And
kilos.
Team Ecuador, you're going to notice, moved up 2.5 kilo. That wasn't a decision made by the team. They did not get their attempt in time, and on time, and it just gets moved up 2.5 kilo. If that's the case, you got 60 seconds to get the next selection in. And Chase Lawton, we're back into the sub-junior 93s. Chase with 287.5 loaded on the bar. And he is really pulling away in the squat event. His opener would have got him gold.
It's your tip. Speed. All the way up and hold it.
Good lift.
2-1, it's good.
So with that, he has now got a 45 kilogram lead on the Mongolian lifter just after 2 squats.
Putting on a squat clinic is Chase Lawton. We move into the junior 93s, where Sip will retake 325 kilos. Missed this on its opener. Looking to right the ship in the second round.
Good lift.
Wow, he's on the board. Now everybody's got a squat in and can start covering some ground. Now's the question, how far back are they on their plan?
Bar is loaded.
Do they take in terms of the second attempts and third attempts? What kind of weights do they want to take? And Damian, 330 kilos, representing Poland.
Referees say good lift. 3 white.
Good lift. And it looks like
David Hornick.
Villon of Ecuador will not come out for the second attempt. Now, we had told you they didn't get the attempt in on time, so it got bumped up to 342.5, just 2.5 kilo over his opener. And he could have either come out for that or scratch that, come out for his third. Now, if you come out, take that, expend that energy for 2.5 kilo, might not be worth it for 2.5 kilo. Instead, there was a mistake. Don't chase bad money. Come back out for the third that you were looking for. What do you think about that strategy, Rory?
I think with the prognosis total having such the lead that he has, I think that's probably a fairly good idea. I would probably want to lock in something that maybe not the third that he originally wanted, but maybe something around what he originally planned for his second, or maybe a little above what he originally planned for his second, and just really secure as many kilos as he safely can. With the lead that he's got, he really just needs to not lose kilos throughout the day in order to win.
Sounds like logic. David Hornick, 225 kilos is good, and he goes 3 for 3 in the squats in the 93 kilo sub-junior class.
From Kazakhstan, 227.5 kilos. Bar is loaded for Diyarbakir.
Diyarbakir with 227.5 kilos loaded for his third and final squat attempt. This will move him from 4th to a bronze medal position with 3 more lifters to go.
Good lift.
And it's good.
At the risk of jinxing it again, I would say these sub-juniors are putting on a clinic in attempt selection. We haven't seen a single missed attempt out of the sub-juniors yet, which, especially in the equipped, is quite noteworthy.
Yeah, even rare to see the red lights, let alone failures. And Uras with 227.5 as well. This will move him from 5th to 4th.
The referees say good lift.
3 white lights.
The next lifter from Mongolia, Erkin Yambatu. Bar is loaded for
And
Erkin
Bian Batuz from Mongolia, 250 kilos, looking to go 3 for 3 in the sub-junior 93s. Already has the silver medal in the squat event locked up. Looking to grab 7.5 kilos towards his total. Ooh.
Nice catch.
Failed just out of the hole.
Next lifter, Lawton from United States, 295 kilos.
Controlled descent, dips into the hole and fails just about the midpoint. And Chase Lawton, 295 kilos being loaded now.
Bar is loaded for Lawton.
He is well ahead in the squat event. And if you're looking at the projected, there's a lot of lifting left to go. Projected to be well ahead overall as well. In a class of his own, Chase Lawton.
Give me that depth. Speed.
Good move.
Sub-junior with a bright future.
Next lifter, Christian Filip Jakubek from Slovakia. He's coming up for 300.
Back into the junior 93s now, where Jakubek from Slovakia will attempt 300 kilos for his third and final squat, resting in 4th place. Nice catch.
Next one, Daniel.
And they are moving pretty quick, wouldn't you say, Rory?
340
It's been
kilos.
25 minutes and we're just coming to the end of the squats. Particularly equipped, that is a really rough turnaround.
You got to think the people in the back just wrapping those knees as quick as they can to get the lifters out there so they have the full minute to set up if they need it.
Bar is loaded for
Damien coming out to 340 kilos. This will, if temporarily, move him from silver to gold with 2 squatters after him. Looked a little high to me. What do you think, Rory?
That looked a little high to me as well. 2 of the referees agree.
2-1.
And again, you're an international ref.
Sit from Czech Republic, 340 kilos.
Replay would confirm our suspicions.
Bar is loaded for Sip.
Sip from Czechia, 340 kilos awaits him. 15 kilo jump from his second attempt. Now you got to think his original third plan would have been higher.
So this will move him into silver position for the squats if he gets this.
Nice little souvenir to take home to Czechia.
him a moment to get stable there.
Ooh. He stuck with it nicely, though, and allowed the spotters a second to jump in there.
That was a very disciplined squat. Even when he was losing it, he stayed in exactly the position that he needed to stay in.
Yeah, he stayed tight. Even right here, he stuck. Yeah, he never lost form, did he?
No.
Never lost tension. And now the spotters and loaders loading up 365 kilo. We are over 800 pounds for Villon of Ecuador.
Bar is loaded for Villon.
This is a big squat for a junior lifter. And this young man looks like he's built to shift some weights.
So Villon has already secured the gold medal for squats, just looking to get his total further ahead. So on prognosis, he is a significant margin ahead of second place, but of course there's still a lot of lifting to go, so he probably can't just cruise.
Oh, wow! Oh, my goodness! Oh.
Unfortunately not.
And that was a great effort. Now,
We will start the bench
what could have been a runaway favorite has all of a sudden turned into a somewhat, it's not without realistic to say, he can't just cruise now.
He definitely can't. So on prognosis, he is now about 50 kilograms ahead of the person second on prognosis. And like really that's the difference between making maybe 2 attempts over the next 6 attempts.
Right. Especially in equipped lifting, a lot can change. There's a look at the squat event in the sub-juniors and juniors with Chase Lawton of the U.S. taking the gold in the 93 sub-juniors. BM Batagis of Mongolia taking silver in the 93 sub-juniors. And Abdu Rashidov of Kazakhstan taking the bronze. In the juniors, Moises Villon taking the gold, Damien taking the silver, and Sip taking the bronze. Do not go anywhere. We will be right back in 20 minutes where we will pick up in the bench press event. Welcome back to the IPF World Championships live in Istanbul, Turkey. I am Ryan Six-Pack Lappin at, accompanied in the booth by Rory Lynch, and we just finished off the squat event for the sub-junior, junior 93 kilo classes. Rory, we had a little bit of dramatics. Chase Lawton of the 93 kilo sub-juniors took the gold, were Villon, who hit his opener, and Team Ecuador didn't get the change attempt in on time for the second attempt. Ended up going very big on the third. It was a gamble, didn't quite pay off, missed it, but the opener was good enough to clinch the gold medal. However, looking at the bigger picture, and you had mentioned this, he went from a heavy runaway favorite overall to now somewhat vulnerable. Makes it a little more interesting, doesn't it? Now we walk into the bench press event where Yuris from Turkey, 130 kilos, loaded on the bar for his opening bench in the sub-juniors. And worth noting, again, the Turkish lifter opting not to use equipment. I'm wondering if they filled all of the classic divisions slots available. They're the host nation, and then they don't have a big contingency of equipped lifters, so they filled the equipped slots as well.
I think that's probably a pretty good bet, and he may actually medal completely raw. Unfortunately, he did miss the rack command on that, so that was 3 red lights.
Ah, yes, he went stats. For anyone watching, you got 3 commands in the bench: start, press, and rack.
145 kilos.
Little excited, gave away his opener, and now Team Turkey needs to decide, do they go up anyways, retake that weight? What's the game plan? It sets them back, and it's a little competitive. If you're not using equipment and you're planning on podiuming completely raw, that's going to be difficult. Biyan Batugs from Mongolia, 145 kilos for his opening bench. Staying in the sub-juniors.
That was a very comfortable opener.
Good play. The next lifter from Kazakhstan, Abdu, Rashidov. Bar is loaded, 147.5 kilos.
Up next, Abdu Rashidov of Kazakhstan, 147.5 kilos for his opening bench.
Good play.
3 white lights.
So looking ahead, it does look like the Turkish lifter who missed his opening attempt has gone up 2.5 to 132.5 for his second attempt.
Christian Philip Jakubek, 177.5 kilos, representing Slovakia. Wondering if Yuris might have initially been attempting, a 5 kilo jump, decided let's split the difference, go up only 2.5.
I think it did move really well, so I think that's probably a fair call. A little bit of a fight getting that down to his chest, but he did get the press command and did lock it out, so 3 white lights for Jakubek.
And it threatened to lock out uneven. Right there, but he straightens himself out and gets the lockout. Chase Lawton of USA, 177.5 kilos loaded for his bench opener. Chase really breaking away from the pack with that 295 kilo squat, earning himself the gold medal and possibly setting the tone for the day. but he won't be the biggest deadlift or bench press open.
Big chest. Good. Nice, Dave. Good job, Gypsy.
Good day.
21, it's good.
Next lifter, David Hornick from Czech Republic.
So I think that yellow may have been for lifting his head a little bit there.
Is loaded.
Didn't really see it from that angle, but it wasn't his butt or his feet, didn't look like.
No, just one yellow from the center referee. And so yellow is typically a technical failure, like lifting a head, lifting a foot, missing a command, something like that.
Yeah, if it's from the center, I don't know, I didn't see it, but that wasn't the greatest angle to review it either. 185 for Hornick from Czechia. Coming down almost in segments, having a hard time finding the touch point. And that's what makes equip lifting a little dicey. Rory, are you okay, sir?
Next lifter.
That's just giving me flashbacks to my equipped bench press days.
Good job by the spotters.
Bar
Look how
is
quick
loaded.
they get in there.
5 kilos.
And hopefully, now obviously this is just an opener, he's got 2 more attempts, but he can steady himself and get himself back on the track. He had a hard time, it wasn't just off the chest, but even lowering it to the touch point and maintaining control lowering it to the touch point was difficult. 205 for SIP, and we are back in the junior 93s representing Czechia.
Good day. Next lifter, Daniel Zespalski from Poland, 230 kilos.
Again, moving at a pretty brisk pace,
Bar is
especially
loaded
for equipped
Daniel.
lifting, and Damien will open with 230 kilos.
Giving some quick instructions to the head spotter on how he's going to want his hand out.
Shushapansky making sure the handout is exactly as he's used to. Especially with equipped, the handoff becomes ever so more important. Oh, and he's fighting to lock it out. Can he get the right elbow to lock? So close.
Oh, so I don't think he got that right elbow locked. Let's see what the refs think.
I don't think so.
No. Fortunately, in equipped lifting, that could just be a small adjustment of the suit away from being a very good attempt. So it is possible that he's going to be able to come back and make light work of it, even though that looked relatively hard.
You just hope he didn't expend too much of the gas tank there. Especially that's an opening bench press. Billon of Ecuador took the gold in squat, opening the heaviest in the bench, 260. Wow. Made relatively easy work of it.
Next one, Uras Ushby from Turkey.
Moving back into the sub-juniors. Quick peek
Bar is loaded
at
for
the standings. 3 lifters so far, failing to register a bench. Still got 2 more rounds to go. And speaking of, so we're back in the sub-juniors, where Uras, representing Turkey, beat the Rat Command Did his head come up this time? It's good.
He's on the board.
Next lifter,
He's on the board.
Rashidov from Kazakhstan, 155 kilos. The bar is
Staying in the
loaded.
sub-junior 93s. Abdu Rashidov of Kazakhstan, 155 kilos. 7.5 kilo jump from his opener.
Good play, 2-1.
And it's good.
Next lifter is from Mongolia, Jargal Yambatu. Bar is loaded.
You see something on there?
I didn't see it.
BM Batugs from Mongolia, 155 kilos, 10 kilo jump from his opener. He's been very solid with his technique.
Good play.
And it's good.
Next lifter, Christian Philip Jakubak.
No major breakdowns.
He wants to get
Solid throughout.
182.5 kilos.
And it's that consistency. He's adding kilos towards his total.
Bar is loaded.
Jakubek representing Slovakia now, 182.5 kilos. We are in the 93 juniors. And he is relatively
Good
flat
play.
backed.
Next lifter, David Hornick from Czechia. 100.
Also has a little bit of movement as he right here, trying to find that touch point. Same movement right there on the way up, but it works for him. But you can see foreshadowing the weight gets heavier. We'll see how it ends up. We're back into the sub juniors. David Hornick missed 185. Hornick, a podium favorite. What color is his medal going to be? This sets him back to have to retake the same weight twice. Can set him back worse if he doesn't get it. Did he lock that left side out?
It's a real struggle to get that down to his chest,
Good
but
play.
he did lock it out.
Next lifter, Lawton
You know,
from United States,
so he's on the board.
195 kilos.
And he's going to move forward, but it's set him back a little bit in his tight race on that podium in the sub-juniors. Yeah, he does lock his elbow there. Hard to see
Loaded.
in real lifetime. Staying in the sub-junior 93s, 192.5 for Chase Lawton of U.S.
Quite a big jump here, 15 kilos from his first attempt.
He's got such a monster lead in the projected that the Americans can really take some risky maneuvers if they want to.
So long as he's on the board already.
That's right. He gets his... It slowed, it paused, did it go down up? It did not. And Chase Lawton has all types of positive momentum in his favor right now. Sometimes you see an athlete who's in the zone, in the groove. I dare say Chase has found his groove and zone.
Bar is loaded.
Sip representing Czechia, 210 kilos. In the juniors, 5 kilo jump. If anybody's going to be a threat to Villon, might be Sip.
So He is currently on prognosis looking at an 825 kilogram total, so that's already including this bench and already including his first deadlift, which has him around about 60 kilograms behind Vion. But like we were saying before, 60 kilograms is the difference between 1 or 2 made lifts, particularly in equipped lifting.
He's the underdog, but something he has in his favor, he's got a bigger deadlift than Bjorn, and can cover some ground with that. He's going to pull last. Nope, but that's not going to help his cause. He needed to keep hitting, while Bjorn
Next one.
needs to keep missing if he's going to have a run for the title. Damien will retake 230 kilos.
So
Shishupansky from Poland missed 230 in his opener, retaking it on his second. A podium favorite as soon as he hits this, but will shake up that podium if he misses it. He does have one more attempt after this, should he need it.
much more comfortable than his opening attempt.
Wow. I mean, that begs the question what happened the first time, but that's the way it goes sometimes.
In equipped lifting, particularly in equipped bench press, something like that can be as little as pulling the chest plate a little bit further down or getting the arm sleeves twisted a little bit further up. So it seems like he found the right groove that time.
Moises Fillon representing Ecuador, 270 kilos. We are just shy of 600 pounds now. He took us over 800 pounds for the squat. Will he take us over 6 for the bench? Three lights.
So he's definitely going to put over 600 on the bar.
Yeah, he's definitely going to put it up. Look, he missed the 800 plus squat, but he attempted it. We'll get a 600 plus attempt anyways out of him.
And that's putting him on a very solid 610 kilogram subtotal.
A look at the bench after 2 rounds. And now the totals. Now this is obviously not even subtotals finished yet. We're a little early. But you see some possible battles ahead. Uris missed 130, came back, hit 132, moving up 5 kilo from there.
So I'm picking his original plan was probably to take an attempt at 140, which is a big milestone for a lot of lifters.
Today. No, you're right. Probably makes sense. 130, 135, 140.
From Kazakhstan. Bar is loaded.
Abdu Rashidov from Kazakhstan. 157.5 kilos loaded. It'll temporarily put him in the bronze medal position for the bench. 3 lifters left to go, though.
Good play. Next one.
And it's good. 3 white lights. See the controlled descent to the chest. Nice
Bar is
arch.
loaded 160 kilos.
Perfect trajectory off the chest. BM Badegs of Mongolia. 160 kilo for his third and final bench.
And this will bring him over 400 kilograms on the subtotal. On prognosis has him just off the podium, but there's only 7.5 kilograms in it, which means he is well in the running at the moment.
Should he get this, he'll put himself onto the bench podium as well. Nope. He'll stay in fourth.
Just missing him.
Christian Philip Jakubek from Slovakia, 187.5 kilos, followed by David Hornick from Czechia. Bar is
Jakubek from Slovakia, sorry. 187.5 kilos for his third and final bench press. What's going on there, Rory?
He's just been told that his hands are a little bit too wide, so there's 2 rings on the bar which are 81 centimeters apart, and your hands either have to be completely inside them or covering the rings. So if the head referee can see either of the rings and your hands are on the outside, you will be instructed to put your hands in.
Good
And it's good.
The next one, David Hornick from Czechia, 190 kilos.
3 for 3 for that for
Lawton
Jakubek.
Chase, United States, 200 kilos.
And 190 kilo now being loaded for Hornick of Czechia. We're moving back to the 93 kilo sub-junior class. Hornick, having missed his opener, retook 185 for his second, hit it, and opting to move up 5 kilos for his third and final bench.
So Hornick already has the silver medal for bench press, and he's not trying to take the gold, but this will put him in a better position to defend his overall silver, which is where he's at the moment. Unfortunately not.
Good laid plan.
Next one, Lawton Chase from the United States, 200 kilos. The bar is loaded for Lawton.
Chase Lawton with a 200 kilo third and final bench attempt.
Huge bench press for anyone, let alone a sub-junior.
There's a sticking point right there.
Not today. Loaded. The next one, Andre Sik from Czechia, 210 kilos. The bar is loaded.
Moving back to the 93 kilo juniors where Sip will attempt a 210 kilo third and final bench. Missed it on his second. He's already got the bronze locked up for the bench event. This is to add some kilos to his total. Damian from Poland, ever so close to that silver medal overall. Can he increase the spread? Nope.
So that leaves him about 30 kilos behind second place on subtotal. But judging by his opening deadlift, he has a monster deadlift. So I think we'll see that gap close fairly quickly.
Yeah, there's a 40 kilo difference on deadlift opener. And that is sizable. Unless some of these deadlift openers they put in are not real, and they're going to be adjusted before the deadlift event opens, as well as some people open up way too close to their max. Other people take huge jumps, so it can be deceiving. We'll have to tune in to see. Damien, 240 kilos, 10-kilo jump from his second attempt. Took him 2 attempts to lock in 230, but his second attempt at 230 looked very good and solid.
Stop. Press.
That right elbow again, just slow to the lockout. But he did get the rack command.
Good
Oh,
play.
wow. Let's take a look at that replay.
Last bench press is from Moises Bilon from Ecuador, 275 kilos.
So I think that yellow light from the right-hand side referee may have been lifting his butt off the bench.
Is loaded for Moises.
275 kilos. Moises Villon. 606 pounds. Already has the golden bench locked in.
Press. Arriba. Vamos, vamos. Back.
Good
And
play.
he's done it. Taking the 93 kilo bench juniors into the 600s today.
For your support, and then move on to the deadlift. 20 minutes.
Nice press. And taking a look, Chase Lawton from USA taking the gold in a 93 kilo sub junior. David Hornick from Czechia taking the silver medal. And Abdu Rashidov of Kazakhstan taking the bronze. In the 93 juniors, Moises Villon taking the gold medal. Damien Shishupansky taking the silver medal, and Sip from Czechia taking the bronze. Do not go anywhere because we have the conclusion for the 93 sub-junior and juniors in just 20 minutes. And if it's anything as exciting as the squats and the bench, we're going to see some twists, we're going to see some turns, possibly some upsets. We'll see you in 20. Welcome back to the IPF World Championships live in Istanbul, Turkey. I am Ryan Sixpack.Lapidat, accompanied by Rory Lynch, and we have the men's sub-junior and junior 93 kilo classes. Rory, we've had a bit of dramatics. Looking at the total so far, this is your subtotals, but a lot can change once the deadlift hits the floor. Isn't that right, sir?
Yeah, absolutely. Some people say the meet doesn't start until the bar hits the floor.
When it comes to handling, and you've handled at the World Championship level several times, handled Brett Gibbs several times at the World Championships, how much of the handling actually comes into play in the deadlifts versus during the subtotal?
All of the tactics come in the deadlift. On a subtotal, there's still handling involved, but it's more about timing and attempt selection. And unless you're going for a discipline medal, we don't really put a lot of, we don't really play a lot of games. But when it comes to deadlifts, that's where all of the games come out. We've got probably fake openers, we've got last second changes, we've got people looking at what the totals are and how they can get into the position they want to be in.
Let the games begin. 200 kilo even for David Hornick of Czechia in the sub-junior 93s.
Good lift, 210 kilo on the bar. Back, Abdu,
so with that deadlift, he now has a 610 kilogram total, which is, well, he's the only person with a total so far, but on prognosis it has him 10 kilos behind third and just 12 and a half behind second.
Loaded for Abdu Rashidov.
Abdu Rashidov of Kazakhstan, 210 kilos for his opener.
Good lift, 225 kilo on the bar. These are 5 kilo below his personal best.
Biamatugs representing Mongolia, 225 kilos for his opening pull.
Loaded for Biam Batuks, Ergem Jarkal, Mongolia, 225 kilo, followed by Chepansky and Usbilia. Ispilia.
Nice smooth pull.
Good lift, 240 kilo on the bar.
Very good.
His personal best, 270.
Poland's Shishapansky with 240 kilos being loaded for his deadlift opener.
Followed by Ispilia and Jakubens.
So what we'll probably see with the deadlifts here is every lifter pulling sumo, because in the equipped you get a lot more out of the suit when you do pull sumo. And so in the raw classes we'll probably see maybe half of the class pulling conventional, but we probably won't see that today.
Good lift, 260 kilo on the back.
But the caveat, not everybody is lifting raw. And
Good
right
point.
on cue,
Good point.
sets me up nicely, my man. Yuris from Turkey, 260 kilos loaded for his opener. Pulling sumo anyways. That was a smooth opener so far.
Very comfortable.
Yeah, all these have been comfortable openers.
65 kilo on the back. His personal best, 280.
Jakubek from Slovakia, 265 kilos loaded for his opener.
Lawton and Villon.
That's a long way up, sir.
Good lift.
Three
265
white lights,
kilos
it's a
still
good
on the bar.
lift.
His personal best 290 kilos.
Moving back to the sub-juniors, Chase Lawton of the U.S.
Loaded
265
for Lawton,
kilos,
USA, 265
loaded on the bar for his opening pull.
Followed by Dillon and Sip.
So this is
Sorry, go ahead.
this is already the biggest deadlift of the openers on the sub-juniors, and Chase has been making very big jumps each attempt for both his squat and his bench. So I think it's probably safe to say that he's going to take another big jump from that to his second attempt.
275 kilo on the bar. This is the same as his personal best.
Moving back to the 93 juniors, Moise Leon of Ecuador, 275 kilos.
Ecuador 275 kilo.
Already
followed by
has
Zip
squat
and
gold,
Hornick.
already has bench gold, now looking to lock in a deadlift discipline medal, and probably looking to lock in first overall.
If we're honest, you're probably right. And that should just about do it. 890 kilo total
To
already.
lift 292.5 kilo on the bar.
Now it is
His
sport
personal
and
best
anything
is
can happen,
305.
but with that he now has a 67.5 kilogram lead.
Bar loaded for Zip
Over
Andre, Czech
second and
Republic,
third.
292.5 kilo, followed by Hornick and
Sip from
Abdu
Czechia,
Rashidov.
292.5 kilos for his opener. Wow, that was smooth. For the biggest opener we
The
have.
lift,
was a smooth pull.
212.5 kilos, starting the second round. This is a new personal best.
And everybody got on the board with their openers. All of their totals are now solidified, and this is when you could start taking risks. In the junior 93s, we got a bit of a battle for silver. Only 7.5 kilos separates them on the projected. And in the sub-juniors, on the projected, we see 2.5 kilo in between silver and bronze.
Loaded for Hornick, David, Czech Republic.
It's going to be tight. We have some runaway favorites, but the rest of the podium has not been decided. David Hornick, 212.5 kilos for his second attempt in the sub-juniors.
So if successful with this, he will move into second overall. Okay, so he is temporarily in second overall with a 622.5 kilogram total, which is the same as the Mongolian lifter, but he is a little bit lighter and 2.5 kilos ahead of the Turkish lifter.
Abdu Rashidov from Kazakhstan, 225 kilo being loaded for his second.
Followed by Biam Batuks, Erkem Yangal.
Oh, wow. And the brakes came on quick.
235 kilo on the bar.
210 did look like a major struggle. 15 kilo jump and everything changes. And that's where things get interesting here. Even the fast openers, when the second round of deads comes, the brakes can come on.
Come on, people, wake up! Give me count here for the liftoff.
Biambidugs.
Followed by Chepansky and Jakubek.
So this will put the Mongolian lifter into second overall, ahead of Hornick, the lifter from Czechia. And with the Turkish lifter still to lift, assuming the Turkish lifter gets it, it will put him ahead by 2.5. So this is going to come down to the last couple of deadlifts for the podium for the sub-juniors.
And he gets it.
252.5 kilos.
235 kilos. Yeah, it is very tight in the sub-junior 93s.
Loaded for Chepansky Damian Poland, 252.5
We have 3
kilo,
lifters
followed by Jakubek
underneath
and Ispi.
Lawton, vying for the podium. There's only 2 spots.
So with this, Szczepański will move into second temporarily with Sip still to lift, matching his 822.5 kilogram total, but he is a little bit lighter.
252.5. And Szczepański locks it out, but it's a titanic effort. Doesn't get it, and the question has to be asked, how much more in the tank does he have? Is he running out of steam?
He may be out of steam there. So the blue light is for ramping or double movements, which you can see in the replay here. And the red light from the center referee was not being properly
It's
locked
loaded
out.
for Jakubek, Christian Philippe, Slovakia, 270 kilo, followed by Ispilier and Lawton.
Jakubek of Slovakia, 270 kilos for his second attempt. We're staying in the 93 juniors.
Good lift, 275 kilo on the back.
Moving back to the sub-junior 93s, Yuris of Turkey will attempt 275 kilos.
Personal best. Is there no Turkish people here? Come on, give me cant here.
So if successful with this lift, Ispila will move
Followed by
to a
Lawton and
635 kilogram total, 2.5 kilograms ahead of the Mongolian lifter. He may end on the podium lifting completely.
Yeah, it's a podium finish while lifting raw against those in equipment. It's a hell of a feat. It's good bragging rights. Can he pull it off? Up next, USA's Chase Lawton. 280 kilos being loaded on the bar for him.
At the moment, this will be a jump to the first place in deadlift.
Now that is getting close to the limit though.
No lift, yeah, supporting
So
the
the
back.
blue lights there would have been for using his thighs for support, which in the replay we can see here, he sort of bounces it off his thighs as he tries to lock it out.
Loaded for Vilon Moises, Ecuador, 295
Back in the junior
kilo.
93s
New personal best at
were
that. Come
Villian
on, give me
Moises,
cant here for Moises.
285 kilos
That was a small one.
for his
Thank
second
you, ladies,
attempt.
that you minimum wake up.
This will give him a 90 kilo total,
Followed by Zip and Hornick.
900 kilo total.
900 kilo total, sorry. With one more round of deads to go. And that was work as well. It looks like the lifters are starting to show a little bit of signs of fatigue here, Rory.
It has been a fast day. Since the first squat happened, it has been only 2 hours and 40 minutes. And particularly with equipped, that is very fast going.
Loaded for Zip Andre, Czech Republic.
Yeah, some of these sessions, the actual lifting themselves, we ripped through in about a half hour.
Rashidov.
Staying in the 93 juniors, Sip will attempt 300 kilos for a second attempt. Currently in the silver medal position. And if the others are losing steam, Sip looks like he can carry on. 300 kilos moving very nicely.
I would say with that he has probably secured second. For him to lose second now, Shishapanchi is going to have to come back and deadlift more after he's already missed that attempt.
Yeah, and Shishapansky, that 252.5 was laborious. And a quick peek at the totals, but the last deadlifts really are going to shake some things up. Not at the top, but possibly the podium. Certainly deadlift medals, especially in the sub-junior 93s. David Hornick in the sub-juniors representing Czechia, 225 kilos.
I love it for Hornick, David, Czech Republic, 225 kilos.
So currently at 622.5 kilograms. If he gets this extra 12.5 kilograms, it will move him into second on body weight with the rest of the lifters still to lift. So it will move him temporarily to second, and then we'll just need to see what happens with the other lifters, see if he holds on to it or not. Unfortunately, it doesn't come off the floor.
225 kilos.
Becomes a moot point, but you understand the selection process for Team Czechia when they chose that weight. Abdu Rashidov representing Kazakhstan,
Abdu Rashidov,
retaking 225 pounds for his final pull.
225 kilo, followed by Biam Batuks and Chepansky. He's on the 5th place in deadlift and can do one better.
And he cannot get past just at the top of the
No
thighs.
lift, 240 kilo on the bar. This is also personal best. And a jump from
Just
the
before
3rd place to
lockout.
the 2nd place in total. He's already on the 3rd place in deadlift. He's fighting for the silver medal.
Biam Bagtas of Mongolia, 240 kilos.
Loaded for Biam Batuks.
So
Erkem
with this,
Jangal, Mongolia, 240
Jan Batuks
kilo.
will move to
Fighting for the
637.5
silver medal.
kilograms,
Come on, people, wake up,
which will
support
put
the
him
lifters. Fair
2.5
play here.
kilos
Come on.
ahead of Ispila, the
Followed by
Turkish lifter,
Chepansky and
who
Jakubek.
still has one attempt to go.
Currently in a bronze medal position overall. Oh, that was slow.
I would say there was probably a few more kilos there even.
Good lift.
And that's the
260
dicey,
kilo on
you
the
know,
bar.
when you got to lift first, you want to go as close to the limit as possible without going over.
Fight for the silver medal.
It's a tough decision. It's a lot of 20/20 hindsight, I understand, but you're right. Having seen it 20/20 hindsight, he had some more in the tank.
Total.
So Ispila now gets to watch that and do exactly what he needs to do in order to get to secure the second place. He probably can't secure first at this point.
First would be a titanic effort.
About 120 kilos more. No, I would say not.
Moving back to the 93 juniors, Shishapansky from Poland, 260 kilos, missed the second, opting to move up anyways in an attempt to move. Never mind.
No lift.
He will settle for the bronze.
277.5 kilo on the bar.
In credit to him, he did come out and give it a good effort because the 252 was
Turkey.
very hard work. It was already very close to the limit.
So then I want to hear you when he's
Now
coming
Juris,
out. Support
the
him.
home lifter, currently in a bronze medal position, loading up
Fighting
to
the
pull for the
silver medal.
silver. And keep in context, he's doing this raw, lifting against equipped lifters.
So should he get this, he will come second on body weight, beating Yambatogs at 637.5 kilograms. He did weigh in at 89.7, which is about 2 kilograms lighter
Fighting
than the
for the
Mongolian
silver
lifter.
medal. Come on, keep it hands here. Followed by Lawton and Jakubek.
Oh, wow.
Amazing.
What a, what a hometown story.
Good lift.
It
That's
is
for the
coming in
move
here
to second
unequipped.
place. Now we
and
have
securing
480
silver.
kilo on the bar. He's already on the
You know, we
first place,
questioned
but fighting
why
for
would
the
you show
gold
up in the
medal
equipped
that
division when you're in the classic, when you're lifting classic. Well, it's an even better story now, isn't it, Rory?
It sure is. So the previous lifter is currently holding gold for deadlifts. However, Lawton from the United States has one more opportunity to take that back.
Chase Lawton missed this on his second. He's already the sub-junior 93 kilo world champion. Can he take the gold medal in deadlifts as well? And let's be honest, sentimentally, the Turkish lifter in his home nation lifting raw, taking a gold medal in deadlifts, it's a hell of a story.
I will also point out Chase Lawton is currently second on IPF good lift points. Of course, there are still a few classes to lift, but that is very cool to see as well.
Just speaks to the quality of lifter Chase is.
Loaded for Lawton Chase, USA, 280 kilo, fighting for the gold medal in deadlift. Followed by Jakubek and Villa.
Come on, Chase, come on, Chase. Take it. Don't stop.
Knees locked already. A little early not to be, but
That's a no lift, yes. And
he
then
is the 93 kilo
285
sub-junior world champion.
This is a fight for the silver medal in deadlift. He's already on
Moving
total
back
fourth
to the
place,
junior
but he
93s.
get the medal.
285 kilo being loaded for Jakubek of Slovakia.
So this deadlift will give Jakubek the silver on deadlifts. It will match
Guys,
Vion's
loaded for
deadlift at a
Jakubek,
lighter body weight,
Christian,
and it will move him
Slovakia,
from 5th to
285
4th
kilo
overall.
fighting for the silver medal. Come on! Come on, give me hand here, people! Wake up! Followed by Vilo and Sim. Come on, be fair!
Oh, a little too much.
Good fight, but no lift.
Legs
290
locked
kilo
early
on the bar.
again.
That's again a new personal best.
And he was stuck just over the
He's
knees.
already on the first place in total and already on the second place now in that.
$290 kilos now being loaded for Ecuador's Moises. Vion.
Loaded for Vilo Moises, Ecuador, 290 kilo, followed by
He has the
Andre.
silver
Come
medal
on,
locked
Moises,
in for
come on.
deadlift. And he is your 93 kilo junior world champion.
And he is currently first overall on IPF good lift points for all of the juniors that we've seen so far, with just beating Andre Sip, who is currently in second place in the 93 kilo juniors. Unfortunately, not today.
No lift, and then we come to the last one, 312.5 kilo. That's a new personal best. The first place in deadlift and the second place in total. So this is the last lifter for today, so minimum you give now all what you can for the lifter.
$312.5 kilos being loaded for Sip of Czechia. He has the silver medal overall, the gold medal in deadlift, but looking to add 12.5 kilos towards his total.
New personal best. Come on, give me hand here for the lifter. Come on. Come. Too heavy, so that was the last lift. Lifters, please be ready in your national tracksuit to hand over the medals.
Look at this final just below the knees, and it's too much. Final deadlifts, Yuris from Turkey, home lifter, lifting without equipment and securing the deadlift gold medal, whereas Sip from Czechia taking the gold in the 93 junior. Overall, Chase Lawton with the 752 kilo total, securing this sub-junior world championship. Yuris from Turkey taking a silver medal in the total, despite lifting unequipped. Biyambatagas from Mongolia with the bronze medal. Moises Jovan from Ecuador with the gold in a 93 kilo junior. Sip from Czechia taking the silver, and Shishabansky from Poland taking the bronze. Do not go anywhere. We will be back with the medal ceremony. See you in a few moments.
our guest of honors, Mr. Gaston Brad and Mr. Farshid Sultan. (93 kg sub-junior, scored even. Third place goes to Abdu Rashidov from Kazakhstan. Second position, Baimaruks from Mongolia. And gold medal goes to Lawton from USA. And bench press. Bronze medal goes to Abdu Rashidov from Kazakhstan. Silver medal goes to Hornick David from Czech Republic. And gold medal goes to Lawton from USA. And deadlift, bronze medal goes to Abdu from Mongolia. Silver medal goes to Lawton from USA. And gold medal goes to Isbilar Uras from Turkey. And overall champions in this category. Overall bronze medal goes to Abdu from Mongolia. And silver medal goes to Isbilar Uras from Turkey. And gold medal goes to Lawton from USA. National anthem of USA. All please stand up. Thank you. Congratulations to the winner. 93 kg. Juniors. Scored even. Bronze medal goes to Sid Odrich from Czech Republic. Silver medal goes to Damian from Poland. And gold medal goes to Wilson Moses from Ecuador. And bench press event. Bronze medal goes to Sid Odrich from Czech Republic. And silver medal goes to Damian from Poland. And gold medal goes to Dylan Moses from Ecuador. Thank you. And deadlifts. Bronze medal goes to Christian Philip from Slovakia. Silver medal goes to Dylan Moses from Ecuador. And gold medal goes to Sid Odrich from Czech Republic. Thank you. And overall champion in this category, 93 kg junior, bronze medal goes to Damian from Poland, 810 kilos. And silver medal goes to Sid Ondrej from Czech Republic with 830 kilos. And gold medal goes to Dylan Moses from Ecuador, 900 kilos lifter. All please stand up. National anthem for Ecuador. Thank you and congratulations to all the winners. Tomorrow morning 9 a.m. 105 kg category bodyweight checking.